my friend, people told me, can you introduce me to Shanley? Yeah. Can you? Oh, I want to have a date with her. Yeah. Oh, you know. So I love that. That's the first time for me to do an interview at the same
Oh,
time, and sharing stuff like that. That's crazy. We have the same passion. You have the same love from anime,
yeah,
the manga, and Japanese
yeah.
culture. So that's cool. I'm really proud to be here right now.
Ah, merci beaucoup.
Yeah,
Merci.
thank you.
My French is not great, but I'll
It's
do.
perfect, my man. It's perfect.
But no, thank you so much because, like, yeah, the internet, the World Wide Web, it's good to connect, and I'm so glad. Like, honestly, when I call this, we like to call our episodes like hip hop names or R&B names.
Wow.
And when I first saw your Pump It Up video with the guy dancing and Yuji and Gojo dancing with him, that was just so good. So, ladies and gentlemen, people listening, if you don't know, go to John's TikTok. It will be in our podcast episode notes. But essentially, John, and we'll get into it more so, but John's a VFX artist who superimposes anime characters into dance videos, and the vibe is amazing. Actually, when I saw that, I was like, nah, we gotta get this guy because it was just incredible. So how did you even, like, how did that magic happen? Like, how did you first think of, hey, I want to get anime characters into dance videos?
Yeah, so I have a professional background in visual effects at
Mm.
the first time. I have a company
Yes,
doing that for
little,
commercial
yeah.
and brands, and I work in
Mm.
movies. And when you try to communicate about your projects, I experienced that nobody really looks at what you're doing, because it's too
Mm.
corporate. There is that
Mm.
corporate vibe, so nobody really look at your work. And I was like, since many years, I was like, why nobody look at my work? We're doing very, very high-end jobs, high-end projects, but nobody really looks at my stuff. I could work for Netflix, I could work for Disney, I could work for big brands like
Mm.
Louis Vuitton, but nobody looks at my work. Maybe I have a problem in communication. Maybe I
Yeah.
have to look at my stuff and see what's the problem. And one day, it was like, I tried many years ago to do some personal projects, to look at trends and try to do visual effects. Like
Mm.
nobody was doing what we have today in Instagram. Nobody was doing a lot of that, and I was like one of the few one to experiment that.
Mm-hmm.
But I failed. I had no audience, so I gave up. It's difficult when you take a lot of time
Mm.
to create something and nobody give
Yeah,
a damn.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, I'm I have no talents. Let's stop that. I cannot tell story. People doesn't react to my story. Let's stop. But recently, I was like, no, 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 no. I don't have to give up on that. Let's do something really simple to do, not like the same time very like it took me months to do. Let's just spend like one weekend, and with the challenge, the objective to post something on Monday.
Mm.
And of course, I love dancing, I love music, you know, and at that time when I tried the first one, Amapiano was firing the internet, you know
Okay, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, let's make people dance. I can do
Mm.
animation. I can do animation, just one move, a simple move, and make them dance like something I can do in 2 days, in a couple of days. And yeah, it's easy for me. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm an expert in 3D and visual
VFX,
effects.
yeah, yeah.
I can do quickly some kind of difficult stuff.
Mm.
Let's take that time to do something like not crazy but fun, because I used to do a lot of corporate stuff, and people in their life don't want to look at corporate stuff. They want something fast
Mm.
and fun to look at. So I tried that, and all my friends on Monday called me, "Wow, what's that?" It was the it was the first video with Street Fighter players,
Oh
Street
yeah,
Fighter
yeah, yeah,
characters. Street Fighter characters danced with me,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I called my producer. I told him, "Let's film me. I will do some moves, and I will find the coolest one, simplest
Mm,
one to animate." And I came up with the first video like that. And even in the streets, my friends told me, "Hey man, your video was really cool, man. Wow, it
mm,
was so funny." I showed it to my nephew, to my cousin, to my sister, they was really laughing out loud. It was like crazy. And wow,
mm,
in my life, I never had that kind of feedback. So maybe there is something to dive in, to
mm-hmm.
and I continue, and when you create content, people see, people want to collaborate, and you see you have to renew yourself also. So most recently, I decided to put to make this character dance like technically good dance. It was the
Mm.
last concept I found out.
That there's so much to unpack there because, like you said, you were feeling down, and after you went back and you did something, and I think a lot of advice from entrepreneurs is when you get feedback from people that it's good, you should continue to go because that's what matters, right?
Exactly.
When you're doing something that you love, and then when people who, whether your family, friends, or just strangers, tell you, "Oh wow, this is amazing! It made me smile. It made me dance." Then you feel empowered to say, "You know what? Let me keep doing this." You
Yeah,
know.
my friend, people told me, can you introduce me to Shanley? Yeah, can you? Oh, I want to have a date with a girl. Oh, you
Hey.
know Zangief? Oh man, my friend, you know Zangief? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy, man. It was like a new dimension, my friend.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it was something that I realized, like, okay, people are really, really loving that. So
Mm.
let's do this.
No, it actually the way you do it, it feels like the characters are there. It's almost like you give them like a life of their own
Wow.
in that.
Thank you, my friend.
Because I was reading some of the comments on the videos, and Jogo.
Yeah.
I love. He's my favorite when you do it. It's just he's like a little b-boy dancer, and then and I just read people's comments, and they say, "Oh, Gojo," or like what's it called,
Honestly, it must
Yuji.
not be that short. It must not be that short. But I found it funny to make it look like really tiny. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
funnier
yeah.
to do that for me. So
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's a good point actually, because he's not. But it was funny, man. I love that. I love the Gojo. So, how long does it take you to create these videos?
oh man, that depends because right now I already have the characters done. But if you have to
Mm,
create characters, it can take a lot of time. But it can take just to create the characters. It can take months. You know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Depending on how uh, flexible you want them to be, it can be really
mm,
difficult. There is some kind of moment I had to give up because I wouldn't be able to post that frequently. So it can
mm,
take a lot of time. It can take 1 week if you
mm-hmm,
get stuff simple.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So now I have the characters, I have the rigs, it's the bones to make them move in 3D.
mm,
Because people keep saying that, oh, it's doing back dancer today. No, they forgot about traditional 3D. 3D
mm,
always exists, so it's CGI.
mm-hmm,
People say AI, but it's not. Yeah, so it can, or today it can take me 1 week or maybe more depending of
mm.
if I have to introduce a new character or
Okay.
one I already have.
Okay, so because I remember I was listening to a an animation about Disney and how they you know transfer to more so kind of 3D modeling and so on and so forth. Because, and you can correct me, but once you have the model, it's a lot easier to recreate things. Whereas 2D, you have to keep drawing the animation and all that. Whereas when you have the model,
Yeah,
It's a
yeah, yeah.
lot
You
easier.
can even do, if you do one movie with
Mm.
3D character, you can, honestly, you can do limitless movies because you already have the character and the setup and
Mm.
even the environment. You have everything. You can do a limitless amount of movie behind. But obviously, you have still to work on the animation, on the lighting, on the
Yeah.
compositing. There is a lot of steps to make it looks good. Put that in the, if you're doing live action like I do, because I take people videos and I
Mm-hmm.
put the characters on their videos. I ask them before,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
but I have to put them behind. So there is a lot of work
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
make it work.
Yeah, and I'm honestly très bien, because it's the way you create, the way you make them immersive into the video. It's not like they're almost like just papered or almost like they're just on the screen. They actually, it almost feels like they're in there. Can you see my blank wall? It could be like Yuji and thing just standing there and I'm moving, and it makes it feel so much immersive. So it's a testament to you and your greatness in terms of how
Thank you,
you
my friend. Thank
built
you, my
that.
friend. I love to create that illusion. When I saw, I have another video in on TikTok that like a video that buzzed, made a lot of impact. Was Blue Lock one.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, because I love football. I played football,
Mm,
and so it was a good idea to make a video about that anime. And
mm.
people told me, where can I subscribe to the Blue Lock program? Is it real? Where is the town? Let me go, please. Let
Mm.
me be in. I was like, wow. And I love that kind of feedback because I want to
Mm.
create. I know, it's, you look once, twice, and you realize that there is not real. They are not real. But I love to give that kind of surprise. Oh, what's happening? You know?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And yeah, I love because when I do that for clients, it's like more serious. You
Yeah, of
don't
course.
have to see that they are not real. It's crazy. If
Mm.
the client see that something is not real, you have to redo. It's like a lot of retakes. So my work is to make it look real at the end. But it takes a lot of time. So today I have to balance between, okay, is that kind of real, and it's quick to it's quick to launch in the internet. I have to find the right
Mm.
balance. It's quite a good quality. Okay, here I see a problem, but let's give up on that. I have to have a good frequency.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because I was looking at your TikTok, your Instagram. I want to see more videos, but I appreciate it's the balance of you can have the same models and create different dances, or you have to wait. And like you mentioned, how fluid they are, they have to be very fluid, and it might take you another month to introduce new characters and so on and so forth. But yeah, keep the honestly keep when you can keep them coming, because I love I like dancing. I love dancing.
Wow.
So yeah, I love dancing, and to see Afro beats and piano with anime characters is almost like incredible. It's like the perfect dish.
That's a
And
kind of there is a complexity behind that because my vision is to make characters dance,
mm-hmm,
but not a simple dance, a complex dance. Because I was a dancer too, man. I spare you about my past, but I've done a lot of things. I was a dancer at some points, so I know how good a choreography can be. You know, and
mm,
but the thing is that I want to explore a different style of music.
okay, yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
feedback, it's crazy when I do amapiano. It's crazy.
Mm.
It's crazy. A lot of people like it because maybe the contrast is crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I
yes,
guess that's
yes,
the thing.
yes.
But I want to do a lot of things. But amapiano seems to be crazy to.
And piano is like, it's almost like piano is just the music in general is just going like it's viral.
Yeah.
Everything is just like Nika and all these other songs. You seen that?
Man, I love it. It's like hypnotizing.
Yeah, exactly. There's just there's so much and piano right now. It's just, and I'm happy for Africa, because
Yeah.
we need that. We need that
We need that, and
great talent being
and
showcased.
and maybe it can bring a lot of stuff to the piano, to the music video industry in Africa. Maybe it can open a lot of perspective in creativity. Maybe
Yeah.
I would like to. I have done some. I have be part on some music video from. I'm a piano artist, but I don't have the name in mind. She's really well known. It's a big superstar. But maybe there is not. I have to look inside it. But yeah, it can open a lot of perspective, and I will be really happy to be part of that. If somebody hears that, let's do everything. Everything is possible today. There is a lot of tools to just be free, and create.
Oh, I know this. Click on the next video before he lets it off. Impeccable form, by the way, and the Hunter x Hunter drip is get out of there! It's still there though. Yes, but in his mind, it's gone.